this is my channel, The Good Guys. Guys, today's story comes out of no other than Chi-Town, Chicago, and the title reads, Chicago shooting, concealed carry license holder fires back at gunman who shot CTA employee in Archer Heights. Guys, before I get into this, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Remember, we're still on that road to 1,000 subscribers. And feel free, hit me on Minds, hit me on Twitter, hit me on TruthSocial, okay? And remember, I leave all of my links and all of my sources in the description. Please go and check that out. Guys, without further ado, let's begin.
And Cheryl, the tow truck driver who did not want to go on camera, told me that he was responding to that earlier crash when he saw the shooter fire in their direction. He was standing at the time next to an SUV with a driver still inside. Both that SUV driver and tow truck driver tell me tonight that SUV blocked a bullet that could have killed them. Lorenzo Hernandez is thankful to be alive tonight after a bullet from a drive-by shooting still lodged in his SUV was stopped short of hitting him and a nearby tow truck driver. He spoke to us in Spanish through a translator. The bullet looked like it was headed in my direction, he said, but it got stopped by the car. Lorenzo was caught in the middle of a chaotic scene on the city's southwest side. It started with a crash involving a CTA bus and at least 4 other vehicles and ended with a shooting. Lorenzo says he was on his way to work Tuesday afternoon, stopped near 47th and Archer when he saw the crash and dozens of people get off the bus and out of the impacted cars. There was a tow truck driver standing by my SUV and getting ready to move vehicles, Lorenzo tells us, and someone inside a Dodge Durango drove by and fired at least 7 shots. That tow truck driver telling me tonight he was close enough to see the shooter point a gun in his direction before he ducked behind Lorenzo's SUV. Lorenzo says he saw the tow truck driver drop to the ground and initially thought he got shot. Chicago police say one of the bullets hit a 55-year-old man in the leg. CTA confirmed the victim is a bus supervisor who was responding to the earlier crash and was an unintended victim. The tow truck driver told me after he narrowly missed being shot, he ran around the SUV and fired back at the shooter.
Now, guys, I wanted to have that play out because there are a couple things that have happened. One, what I will say here is we have heard, and because of this is testimony, okay, what we saw on display was tactics. When you are getting shot at, okay, it is very rare that you can just pull your firearm and then to start shoot as well. The other person already has an advantage because he is the attacker. He has chosen the time to shoot and hurt. As a self-defender, we do not get that. We don't get the heads up. We don't know when the situation is going to become dire. So we have to, as defenders, have different tactics. So the first thing he did was he took cover. You should understand, you're being shot at. First thing you have to do is seek cover. You can't start returning fire, okay? Because man, what if you hit somebody you don't intend to shoot? How do you determine the difference between a hiss, a hit, a miss, or somebody who is actually shooting at you? In this case, we heard from the tow truck driver from via the reporter that the gun was pointing in his direction. Now, instead of immediately bringing his firearm out, he took cover first. Makes complete sense to me. Now, you may also say, he's just a tow truck driver. What does he have a gun for? Are you for real? I wouldn't have a problem if the late night, overnight janitor had a firearm. Everybody should have the ability to protect themselves. And being a tow truck driver, to be honest, I've heard it's a very dangerous job. Sometimes some people will try to challenge you, especially if you're towing a vehicle that's not yours, okay? People are going to take a little bit of offense to that, especially if you're repoing the car. A lot of things happen. But guys, the tow truck driver is the hero. He is the good guy. Thank goodness. All he was doing is minding his business, maybe going to get a truck or vehicle that his boss told him to go and pick up, or maybe he is actually helping somebody, getting that person's car to a shop so that they can get to work. You don't know. And so he has been able to help another soul and be the good Samaritan. You know, I honestly believe sometimes maybe we should start giving out cash prizes for Samaritans. I think if I was in charge, I would have a fund for good Samaritans to foster, to promote people to step in, good people to step in when people are at need. One of my codes, help when I can. And fantastic to this tow truck driver. Let's hear the rest of the story.
Chicago police confirmed that a witness with a concealed carry license fired back at the shooter. As for that CTA employee who was shot, last we heard he was in good condition at Mount Sinai Hospital.
So you guys hear it there. He was able to help, and good on this man. I can tell you that it's fantastic that he was able to do this. It's a good thing that you are able to help people in their time of need, because I have to tell you, if you are in a position where you're getting shot at, if you're in a position where something is happening terrible to you, your first responder is you. And this man was able to be a responder for everybody. So kudos to him. He is a good guy. This is a fantastic story. Share it with your friends. Tell people about it. And you know what I say at the end of these videos, because I mean it? Good people have guns. Good people should always have guns, because if good people do nothing, there will be no good guys.